That's golf, bro.
3 shots, 4 par, I just do 2. 1 putt, par 4, birdie, woohoo. New driver, info, replace, M2, par 5, fairway, what you fin do? Think I'll try to get on into, start right, good line, good view, it drew.
It's like 1:30 in the morning, and we're headed 550 miles, approximately, to the Pine Barrens.
Shooter McGavin, 2 thumbs that's up high and 2 fingers pointed at you, pew pew. Fairway to green, conk off that I'm playing. Sometimes these par 3 green look like an island, I'm playing to keep it on.
Got obviously Sam, Dan, Luca, and Josh. Somehow we landed the key to Full Wedge HQ today, and the boys are going to come out. We're going to have a couple drinks and hopefully have a good time and just learn about how Flatstick got started.
I'm Dan, Daniel, whatever you want to call me. Basically just the editor, not the editor, what do I do here? I'm the film guy, kind of equipment manager here. Take over all the shot tracers, film bag. That's basically on my part. Help out as much as I can with footage and giving these guys the best content they can produce.
It's heavy. I'm Josh, and also known as the Big Easy, also known as 42, Tuna, a couple Graveyard. And I don't think that one really gets on any of the videos, but I'm the drone guy. Try to help out Sam and Luca with some ideas when I can. Also the labeler, you know, all the content when it gets posted, just label shit because my memory's fucked. So.
I'm Luca, LC. And I do the editing and the ideas, get all that stuff sorted out for Flatstick, all the Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all that stuff.
And I'm Sam. So pretty much I kind of deal with the business side of things, filming, editing. Kind of like to have my hand in a lot of stuff for the group. But yeah, together it's a lot of work for one group, but the 4 of us kind of all have our tasks and we kind of handle it like that. Yeah, so pretty much I'll start with kind of how this group started. It was 2 years ago, and it was just kind of like one of those moments where you're kind of just like, I want to start something, but I don't know what. So it was actually me and my cousin, because Flatstick was 6 originally. There were 6 of us. So it kind of started with an idea of kind of filming, see if we like it, film us on the golf course. No real idea about it yet, but it was just kind of like, let's film, post it, see what happens. So I call these guys. They were all down, well, except Dan. Dan did not want to be a part of it at first.
Not at first.
Shocking.
He hated the idea, hated the group name Flatstick. Eventually he came on board, obviously. So yeah, that's how it started. Posting everything. Film us on the golf course, post it, no matter what. And it was bad.
Yeah, it was really bad.
Yeah.
Really bad.
7 months in, we had about 600 followers on Instagram. Nothing was taking. You know, we would have our meetings about kind of where are we going to take this thing? What's our idea? What's our niche? And there were 5 or 6 different things we've done. We've done clips from YouTube. We've done whole vlogs. We've done just kind of hooky golf shots, that kind of stuff, like kind of titles on the front. Then we did some skits. We mixed it all together, see what was working. And only this year, April, we agreed it's a skit page.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's kind of where we landed.
Minus YouTube.
Minus YouTube. The other 2 were my cousin and our buddy Dante. So my cousin he was kind of one of the guys that was the originators with me. And then he dropped out like maybe 4 months in because it was tough. There was a lot to do. We were approaching the end of the golf season. So we were filming 2-3 times a week to try to stack up content for the winter. And eventually it became 5 of us. Dante ended up moving away for a while. He stuck with the group and he did what he could for the most part. And then eventually he just had to leave. And then it was us four, and we decided let's just keep going.
Twirl, gang, gang, bang. Twirl, gang, twirl, twirl, gang, twirl, gang. Give me that driver, I let it bang. Twirl, gang, give me that wedge, I'm taking that aim. Twirl, gang, twirl, gang, twirl, gang.
We'll have a meeting once a week. The four of us will talk about like when we can book a tee time for the weekend, or realistically any time we're available to go out. So usually we'll go out 2-3 times a week. 2 times a week during the week, like we all have our own jobs right now, but we'll go out, film some skits and whatnot, and then one round on the weekend we'll go out and shoot a 9-hole YouTube video, and then we kind of go through all that content and make whatever we have. We have a schedule going, and we kind of try and keep it somewhat organized, or else it becomes a
I say we're pretty
clusterfuck.
organized.
Yeah, we're organized.
We're really well
Organized.
organized.
One thing is like this has been a huge learning curve
Yeah.
for all four of us. We do not have any film experience, any technical camera experience at all.
Nothing.
At all.
Like,
Well, like it's been cool, like just to like kind of pick up something that we didn't even mean to, kind of like it just kind of kept happening, and as we grew, things had to get added, right? Like we wanted to improve our quality, so get rid of the iPhones, brand cameras. Okay, now we got to learn how to use cameras. Now we got to learn how to upload footage. Okay, the sound is pretty crap. Like how do we get better sound? Now we need mics. Got to do research on mics and hooking everything up, exporting the audio, like all this stuff. Me and Luca like editing Instagram videos.
Yeah, we used to do it on Instagram.
Like it, like
We used to do it on
the
Instagram.
learning curve has just been steep, and it's been kind of cool just to realize how much we've learned about this kind of social media, technical camera industry without even trying to like learn about it. Just happened.
We were talking about that a couple weeks ago about what our next series would be, and
Yeah.
I still think we're kind of on the brainstorming part of it, but we've tried in our older videos to like, we've gone through video ideas like lose a hole, lose a club, 30 drink challenge. Can we finish 30 hamburgers in 9 holes? Like, so we're trying to find those.
Maybe we'll put that out there if anyone's watching and has a
Yeah.
series idea that you want to
Yeah.
see. Maybe you've never seen a creator do it that you think would be great. Leave a comment. Maybe we'll do it because we're open for suggestions 100%.
As you guys are kind of building new episodes, building like the 30 and 30, like as you guys are building those series, is it like a brainstorming session that you're sitting around and doing and thinking like, okay, like this is where our skill level is. This is what we can do. We can get onto courses. Like we think this is what people will like.
Like, yes, I would say so, because it's also like we got to know our own capabilities, and I've kind of learned that YouTube is an absolute monster, which we're still trying to figure out. There's so much intricacies of YouTube that I'm trying to learn. Like I'm trying to get in that algorithm, trying to get something going here. It's tough. So through these challenges, we got to come up with something that, one, we know that we can do and do it well. 2, that we think the audience will love, and 3, we can get done in probably 9 holes, because that's the kind of video length that we like. And we want to keep it funny, we want to keep it light, and we want to make sure that the golf is somewhat decent, because we're decent, we're average golfers, we're nothing special, but we like to entertain people. That's what we're good at. So we want to somehow make a challenge and a series around entertaining people that's not us being blackout on a Tuesday at 7 o'clock at night.
So what's been like, up to now, what's been the greatest point for Flatstick? Like with your videos, like your travel?
That's a
That's a
great
heavy
question.
question.
That's
we
a
were
great
actually
question.
we were talking about that on the way up, because I was like, well, it's like our greatest
Maybe
thing we you know what I mean? It's like what's the greatest thing we captured? You know
maybe
what I mean?
each guy has their own. Dan, maybe you want to go say your biggest moment in Flatstick history.
Jeez, I'd probably say the chip-in we had at Harborview. I think we, I forget the challenge we did, but definitely a chip-in for me at least. Or just, mostly. I'm not the best putter, so I'll take a chip-in 100%.
I think the coolest one was at the Breaking 30 series at where were we? Oh my God, was that one we played in Oshawa?
Oh, Valley Mead, Columbus.
Valley Mead, yeah, and we needed to birdie the final hole, and I left it like our approach shot, I guess, was like on the fringe, whatever, and I was the first to putt, and I drained it, and that was for us to break it. And, you know, I think the 2 times before that we didn't break it or something. So it was nice to get back on the snide, yeah.
Yeah, because that course, too, like the way you start, it leads you to believe something different, right? Like I've gone 3 under through 2, and then I tripled that third hole. Like I went like birdie eagle to start, and then I think I tripled or doubled that first hole, and then like the wheels fell off, man. It's just
Been there. Well, actually, not really.
no, but like that, because one of them was like one of the par 5s was like really downwind, and you can get there like in 2 if you get like a good, like if you hit a good tee shot. And I think the one coming back was downwind, which meant the par 3 was like into it, and I think I was hitting like a 6-iron or something into that par 3 on the day. Like it was like 3 club wind or something, and it was miserable. But it's like a fun little track. It's like
good price too.
Maybe the chip in at Cobble Beach.
Oh, yeah.
Love chipping.
That was fun because we were
Cobble Beach looked so nice, man.
we put one past the pin there, and then we're like, okay, like we're locked in for a par, I guess. We need the birdies, and then out of nowhere, I don't know, it became like Jordan Spieth or something, and just popped one in there, and I blacked out. And that was probably one of the coolest moments.
So you guys did the stay and play at Cobble Beach too. So that'd be like, the whole trip would be like a vibe, right? Like that'd be a good thing, right? Like that'd be a good time because the course is like beautiful too. Like I know it's in our top 100, and it's like probably top 10 in I think public, or top 20 in public or something like that. So it's got that nice 17th hole too, like that beautiful thing. But what about you, Sam? What do you got?
Off the top of my head, maybe the OTS pod with Mac. You know, one of the biggest moments. Actually, it is, though, because we've been trying to do this for a long time. And I'll go off the board a little bit, not really golf shot related, but us hitting 10,000 on Instagram. Okay. That was for me personally, that was a big deal because it was a long time coming, and we thought, like that, for us, that was like out of the picture.
It's getting heavy.
Yeah. Like,
It's getting really, really heavy.
We're at almost 40K.
I could cry right now.
Yeah.
Almost 40, yeah.
So that's pretty, like, is that, obviously it's something because you want to take those numbers and be able to kind of like have those things directly translated into views, right? So is it something where you find like you have a good connection with the people who are, you know, following the page, who are kind of checking out the page? Like, you know, I know when I get a random message from somebody and they'll just say like, oh, like that was a really good episode or whatever it is. Like, I love that. Like, it's cool when somebody's like I have no idea who this person is, but there's still people I've talked to since we don't have a ton of followers, maybe 4,000 or something like that. But like, I've talked to people since we first started doing this in like 2019. And like, it's great when you still have those conversations with people, but you know, do you find like you still have a connection with a lot of those people who are following the page, whether it's on Instagram or it's on YouTube? Again, I'll have everything in the show notes below if you want to go check it out. But are you able to connect with a lot of people that way?
Yeah, well, I'll definitely say that like Luca and I kind of run the socials. So like we've talked about it before that we want to make sure that we're responding to as many messages as we can. Like we've talked about it, like whether this Flatstick takes off and becomes something great or it kind of is what it is, we want to make sure that like we're always just kind of like good people and we don't let anything get to our heads. And we just kind of appreciate the people that are helping us out, people who are supporting. You know, you've been a day one. Like we were talking years ago. Yeah. Like years ago, I remember talking to you over DMs. So that was kind of something that we talked about with responding to people and like, you know, giving people some feedback on they're complimenting us. Even if you're dissing us in the comments, we'll come back at you. We'll make it fun. You know, we'll have fun with it. So that's definitely something that's important to us.
Now, is it something where ultimately we want, like everybody's probably working outside of Flatstick, but is this something that we want to be able to take on to like a full-time role for each one of you?
God, if I could, I would in a heartbeat. We always talk about that too.
Yeah.
Like, what would it take for us to quit our jobs?
Yeah,
not much.
we have numbers. We have numbers.
Not much.
Yeah, everybody, not much.
Obviously, you need money to survive, but just give me a couple dollars and I'll leave.
Well, because I think just like with the pod here, it's obviously not something that like I can support. Like I got a little guy, I can't like support my family through it, but it's like I love doing it. I'm never like bothered by. I was telling you guys about the setup and like everything that's on the other side that we're looking at and like any of the travel that's involved because I'm trying to do like the live pods and like you guys know like with the traveling there's just so much that goes into it, but you love it, right? Like you obviously do it, like you guys would be doing it, you started doing it for free and like now I'm sure there's a couple things involved and a bit of free golf or whatever it is. But, is the goal right now to maybe even just get like a little bit of travel or something like that, a little bit of gear? How do we get it to that next step? Like, have you guys started having those conversations?
Yeah, I'd say like we're always trying to, expand it. Like, I would love to do this for the rest of my life, to be honest with you. Like, doing this is the best hobby I've ever had.
Yeah.
So to be able to do this full time would be like amazing. Just want to like grow with everybody too, right?
I'm visualizing like 4 guys, 75 years old. Dan's got like 3 cigars in his hand.
Yeah.
Josh is buckled.
He's out in my ball in the course, so I tee up. I lose the ball and I re-up. I miss a fairway, I probably end up in the ocean or maybe the beach. And I'm on a par 5 and I'm finna go reach it. Second was blind, I ain't see it. Feel like it might be an albatross working.